it's probably easier to press mute when I hear this news. It's probably easier for me to just shake my head, scroll past the activist page on Facebook. Maybe it's easy to just like a post on Suhailo's page, write what I feel, and move on with my day. Maybe it's easier to just let Boniface demonstrate on my behalf. After all, I don't have to leave the house. Groceries can be brought to my doorstep. Maybe it's easier to just ignore that these victims were people. Oh, but it's not easy. It's not easy because even here in the house, I feel vulnerable. As the noise for George Floyd becomes louder in your handset, the noise of your brothers and sisters is a restless tugging at my heart. You feel helpless? Wait, I feel helpless. I want to help. I want to make it better for them. I want the tug at my heart to ease up. I know there's a lot to be done. I have seen it done. And even if I say this, I feel inadequate. Is there something I can do? Can I be brave? Can I be bold? Can I stand up for those who are forced to kneel? What is it that makes me better? I am alive, that is it. Benjamin Franklin said that justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as the affected. But it's easier to be afraid. Log off and watch a movie. But what about him? 13. He was 13. 13-year-old boy. He looks like he was a cool kid. The type of kid that, when sent to the shop, would find a way to make an extra coin. He looks like he knew what was happening. The type of kid that would grow up to change his life and that of his family. Home is where we feel safe. Home is where we are supposed to feel safe, and he was home. He was home. Yazin was home. What if he wasn't on the balcony? Could he? And so what, he was on the balcony? So what? He should be on that balcony today. He should. That balcony, that specific balcony was his right. Habis Juma. What if he did not agree to take the pregnant woman to hospital? Would it have been 3 lives lost? In a country that is about 0 maternal deaths, Juma should be a hero. He still is. His 5 children should be washing his motorbike as he prepares to go for his boda rounds, wearing a mask and gloves, shouting orders to the youngest. That ride to the hospital, that specific ride was his right. Vitalis Owino, what did his friends call him? Owino? Owish? Maybe his wife called him Vitalis when in a fall mode, and Vita when in a good mood. Maybe that night, that specific night before he left the house to go to the toilet, to go to the public toilet, maybe that is what she called him last. He smiled and said that he will be back to dinner because the man he was expecting had been sent. He had forgotten his phone and came back for it laughing. He should be taking breakfast with his wife. He should have come back from that toilet. That toilet was his right. That toilet was his right. Vaite, was he from Meru? I don't know. What kind of a man was he? Political, funny, moody? Was he the kind of man to tell me every morning, Mresh leo umetokelezea? Or the kind that is always checking my time, Mresh, leo umechelewa, as he sorts the plastic bags he had collected? I smile because I think of the area cloud. I feel in my heart that he was a funny guy that should be waking up from his veranda. That veranda was his right. In a country with a broken system. No, that veranda was not his right. His right was a decent home. His breath, his life was his right. But no, it's easier not to say these things because they are just words. I feel inadequate. I feel powerless. I should be able to stand up for Isaac, Ibrahim, Ramadan, Benson, and Eric. I should be able to stand up for their right to life. I should be able to say no to police not serving and protecting. I am saying this, but can they hear me? Can they hear me? It's easier. Maybe it's just easier not to say these things. Maybe it's easier not to post this monologue. Maybe it's easier not to say what I feel. Maybe it's easier to be afraid of those that will make this about political correctness. Maybe it's easier not to say that I am angry. I am afraid. I am heartbroken. I am hurt. I am torn. Maybe it's easier not to say that I am afraid. And maybe, just maybe, it is easier to end this here.